So as I start out, I want to say thank you to my amazing financial backers. They gave us a lot of money to make this studio and this set and all this equipment, thousands of dollars. And if it wasn't for them, I never would have been able to do this. Look at this, in real pro quality, including my lav microphone. Seriously, thank you. That was a lie. It's April 1st, 2020, April Fool's Day. That was probably a terrible job, not a very good joke, but it's April 1st, 2020, and the coronavirus has become a problem worldwide. This is totally reality. If you're currently watching this, today or tomorrow, whenever I get it done, it's stranger than fiction. We watched Contagion, Outbreak, 12 Monkeys. Thousands of people have passed away, and thousands are still sick. Some are recovering and things are getting better, but in some places things are getting worse. Like the death totals here in Louisiana are just, I think they're increasing from what I know. So yeah, a lot of us are just staying home. And even the late night talk shows and everything are also staying home. And that was a big inspiration. I had been thinking about doing a show like this for years. That's actually why I got this equipment. I got it all myself. And I didn't really use it. It's kind of hard to put yourself out there. But I've been really inspired to see all these professional late night talk shows and also morning shows just doing this from their houses. And just like them, I am not by myself. My partner is here working and everything else in the other room. She has her full-time job still. Just everyone's working telecommuting. So if you hear some noises or anything else, there is another person here. And what can you do? It's honestly a bit nerve-wracking, which actually brings me back to the point I was making about the late night talk shows and the morning shows. There's been like John Oliver, and he's in this white room, and then there's Seth Meyers, who is doing it from whatever room in his house. Everybody, and it's kind of crazy because here are people that usually have like a expensive production and everything else, and they're doing it like from their kitchen. This morning I actually watched Kelly and Ryan. I was trying to get a little more inspired, and I was very, very impressed on what they did. They did a really good job. They were pretty funny, but also that Kelly Ripa, I don't know how she hasn't really aged, or she looks so great for her age, or whatever's going on. I remember when she was in All My Children. I think she married the guy that was in. I think his character was Mateo or what. I don't know where any of this info comes from, but I was just looking. I'm like, what is the secret to not aging? So hey, with an outbreak going on and everything else, the goal is to live a long, fruitful life at this point. And if this is what it's going to take to look as good as that, whenever I get to whatever her age is, I'm not even going to ask. That's all I can wish for. Wow, I'm very impressed. What else is there to talk about? I knew when I started this, I should have made like a little teleprompter thing and some ideas, and that's the thing. I was talking earlier about Kelly and what's his name, and Ryan. No offense if you ever see this, I doubt you will, and all these other people that can keep the show going. But I think they have like writers and like in the back room writers. Are they like using a teleprompter or what? I'm genuinely curious at this point. Even so, it's still super impressive. But even having an idea, I guess I probably should have practiced. Maybe this is practice and it's like live or something. Well, I have a really random show for you tonight. I wish, considering it was April Fool's Day, I had more jokes. But as soon as you get the camera on my face, I'm really not having anything to go by. I also have this thing in my mind where I love John Oliver, for example. I think he does a great job, and I learned he's honestly one of the most trustworthy news sources, and his obvious not being 100. How do I say this? He's accurate, but he's kidding, and it's satire and whatever else. But compared to news that's supposed to be news, he's an amazing source, and the investigative journalism going on that also entertains people is world class. But that being said, the poor guy has no laughs, and I applaud them for not doing a laugh track. Uh, but every time I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like he tells a joke and no one's laughing. I mean, I am laughing. I will even say that I'm laughing because I'm really rooting for him. But you don't hear anybody else, and that says a lot too. Like the laugh track has kind of been our cue for what is funny, and then without it, it's just almost like this weird dead silence. These people are still doing their shows, and there's nobody there. No one can be there. So yeah, all the best. So yeah, I'd like to say that there is going to be a special guest and an interview and a musical guest, but there's not, as far as I know of right now. I'll try to get to one. If there is, I'll edit it in. So right now, it's just some random clips of what's been going on. And this is more than actually a show or anything else. As you can tell, it's just me rambling. So I actually, even though it's just me in here, I made a little drink to take the edge off. It's kind of nerve-wracking actually to try to like talk even in front of the camera. I don't think I totally get stage fright, but I think it's because usually like I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just rambling about stuff. And in this case, I mean the only person is my partner who has to put headphones in the other room, and then my dog and cat that keep coming in and out. And I really honestly don't think they care. They both lick their butts and stuff right in front of me. I mean, no shame, nor should they be. I mean, if I had that talent, I would be spick and span. I probably shouldn't get into my hobbies of what I'm doing in the quarantine. But seriously, so I made myself a little drink to take the edge off. And that kind of brings me into how someone in Kansas City set up a quarantine beer chugging group, which was super awesome when I first joined in. I see a bunch of my friends on there, people I went to high school with that I like, and just people I haven't seen in years, drinking, socializing. But just like my trips to Kansas City, when I'm back, I get there and I'm like, oh my God, here are my friends, or where are my friends, or what's going on? And sure enough, someone ruins it for whatever reason. Same with the group. There's a lot of people that just seem to be stirring some bullshit. They're complaining that they're repressed by the admins and stuff, but I mean, the rules of the group are simple, and the name really implies what the group is all about, which is quarantine beer chugs and socializing. But instead, people post like political stuff and like really thirsty posts, and then people are really insulting to each other, and then the admins, I don't know how they keep up with it, and just kind of destroys the group. So. But I'm always stoked when I see someone chugging or putting something positive out there. I mean, really, with all this negativity, there's no room in the world for trolls. Like, honestly, if you're trolling shit in the quarantine and not trying to uplift yourself or other people, I mean, just get a life. Just, I mean, here I am. I'm not saying this is the best life in the world, but at least I'm trying to do something positive. And hopefully that encourages you to, like, seriously, get up. Get off your computer and quit being so fucking mean to people that you don't even know. So one of my favorite things to do lately has been watching movies and cooking. Not cocaine, cooking. I DIY'd some tortillas today. They actually came out pretty good in little nibbles I took around the corner. I'm saving them for tacos tonight. So you might have the wonderful opportunity to see us eat tacos. I hope that is somehow fun for you. So we'll have like a little dinner time segment. Aline made some empanadas. It was super good. We ate those for lunch. We'll see what comes up. If you have any requests, I could also try to teach you how to cook, but seriously, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been really lucky to make sure that the things I do are edible. So that's a plus. What have you been doing to keep occupied? What have you been doing to kind of make your life better and positive? Have you been exercising? Have you been riding a bike? How have you been social distancing and being by yourself, but then kind of keeping a positive outlook and also making a positive outlook? Because really that's what it is. We got to get through this. We got to get through it one way or another. I mean, the honest, like, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I guess you die. So, in spite of that, hopefully we're doing the best we can. I don't want to jinx things, but I haven't heard too much about crime. I'm hoping that's down. If everyone's inside, whatever. Pollution, I think, has been down. I've actually been kind of hurting around here in my chest. Maybe you know what that is. I haven't coughed or anything, though, so I don't think it's like corona or anything, so I'm not freaking out. But I have this weird, like, chest pain. Um, and the reason I mention that is that what did I mention? Now that I think about it. Um, Anyway, something about chest pain. Oh, so keeping positive, chest pain. I don't know if it's because I'm not exercising enough or what's going on. I'm a little tender here. I did throw up from drinking too much tequila last week. I got a little carried away, and I thought maybe that's part of. Oh my God, have I? There's like a stain on my shirt. I didn't notice. So I definitely haven't been doing laundry. But no, this shirt was on the rack. I don't know. Maybe something just got stuck in it. Um, if you didn't notice, that's good. Um, so anyway, so for some reason my chest has been bothering me. I rode my bike for a little bit and got some exercise today, but who knows what that is. I drank a little too much tequila last week. I was with my neighbors. We've all been social distancing and we keep having a couple drinks, and I got a little carried away and I threw up for the first time in like a while. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I try not to drink too much though, because I get hungover and then it's easy to wait the next day. I'm like, oh, I'm hungover. What am I gonna do? I got nothing to do. Um, Hopefully things pick back up. I genuinely liked the work I was doing. I do a lot of event stuff and things like that lately, and I had this like really cool schedule, and I had all these bookings and like a gig I really really liked, and then now I don't know what's gonna happen. And when summertime comes up around here, there's just nothing going on either. I've never dreaded summer coming so much. Luckily, today's been a beautiful day. We're inside, but it's like 74 degrees outside or 73 degrees, and it's like perfect, and there's no clouds, and it's just like stunning. But it's been in the high 80s lately, already in March, and well, now it's April, which has been kind of a trip. But oh yeah, so it's actually different times in different places, but this month in Louisiana is the well, New Orleans at least, is the Bike Easy Challenge. It's a month-long challenge for riding your bike and get people to ride their bike and everything else. There's prizes involved and everything else. Now, if Corona wasn't happening, there's a lot of activities, bike to work, bike to worship. We'd usually meet up in Duncan Plaza or places like that. The past couple of years, I've actually led the train from Rosa Keller Library down to City Hall. Um, but because of Corona, we're not meeting that way. So this is like a solo challenge. And if you ride with somebody that you're usually not around, keep at least 6 feet, and honestly, do more. They say this stuff can go like 6 to 10 feet if you get coughed on or anything. So if anyone has symptoms, the thing is there's so much uh, inaccurate facts and people pretending they know what they're talking about to save themselves that don't know a thing about it. So I'm not going to pretend that I know anything because I don't. And one of the things I don't know is honestly how it's spreading so fast. We have had cases going up more and more and more, and they keep telling us these things of how it's going. I still can't figure out how it's literally everywhere. So yeah, so there's all this like stuff going on, and no one actually knows what is up. And I'm not going to speculate to know what's going on, but for some reason, so many people keep getting it, including the head coach of the Saints, Sean Payton. Tom Hanks had it, and a lot of people are recovering, but still, there's still been a lot of people getting in deaths. And even though uh, in my mid 30s still, I don't have a very high chance of passing away from it. I actually have, as far as I know, a pretty good medical history and record, but I also don't go to the doctor very much. I'll admit that now. I mean, the United States healthcare system is kind of prohibitive in a lot of ways. That being said, uh, I think I'd make it, but it doesn't sound like a very fun thing. I guess like mucus gets in your chest and everything else. But yeah, the stuff keeps coming. How are people really getting it? And I think our precautions are taken right, but I don't honestly think that anyone seems to really know. And it still keeps spreading. And we're doing our best staying by ourselves. So I applause for everybody for just doing that.